What's up, guys? This is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com, and Michigan has scored another important commitment on the recruiting trail. Before we dive into that, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we drop new videos so you don't miss breaking news like this. And as always, head over to the Wolverine.com if you want the inside scoop on everything Michigan recruiting. You can sign up today. It's just $1 for the first week for new members only. You get insider information on everything Michigan recruiting, the team, transfer portal, and so much more. Again, head over to the Wolverine.com, click the Join Now button, and take advantage of this special flash sale. All right, guys, Michigan has scored a commitment from three-star offensive lineman Adrian Hamilton out of Washington, D.C. St. John's. If that sounds familiar, that's because it is. St. John's is the same program that produced three-star Michigan edge commit Tariq Boney, who was really involved in peer recruiting Hamilton. Hamilton fills an important void for the Wolverines. Michigan, going into the fall, really wanted to take a center. Early on in the process, we thought that Bear McWhorter could be that guy who took the center position, but they really liked him more as a guard. So they wanted to find a true center. And, in the fall, they made some late senior evaluations. They really honed in on Adrian Hamilton and Sean Stover, who committed to Duke. But as the process wore on, as we got deeper here into November, Adrian Hamilton became, the clear guy who was going to be Michigan's take. They really like him. Again, St. John's is one of the better programs, out east. Definitely one of the best programs in the DMV. They play in the WCAC, which offers elite competition. In fact, I had a chance to see Adrian Hamilton play twice this season, and he was actually playing out of position. He was playing at tackle. He was St. John's anchor as a left tackle. And in the two games I saw him play, he faced top 100 2027 edge Anthony Sweeney. And then he faced five-star Michigan edge commit Carter Meadows. And I thought that Adrian Hamilton really held his own against both of those guys. Playing out of position, he was still doing things like this. We're rolling the film. He's very physical. He finishes blocks really well. There were a lot of times he was pass protecting against Meadows and Sweeney, but a lot of times in the run game, he would get to the second level. He would find linebackers. He would put them in the dirt. And when he wasn't playing Meadows and Sweeney, he was putting inferior edges in the dirt like that and just serving up pancakes left and right. So I think there's a lot to like about Adrian Hamilton. He's not necessarily a sexy prospect from a rankings perspective or a skill set standpoint. He's a true center all the way. And even though he's playing tackle here, he told me he does work at center in practice. He's very comfortable snapping the ball. But along with the physicality, I think the other things that really, and there I was talking about getting to the second level, he does that really well, which would be important at the center position. You just saw that there. But I think the other things that really stand out about Adrian Hamilton is his really good technique, really good hand placement. A guy, again, he finishes blocks, but he's not going to, draw many holding penalties just because he's a guy who's really technically refined. He gets really good coaching at St. John's. And the third thing that really stands out is he's extremely well-spoken, high football IQ, great character kid. I think a lot of times when it comes to the center position, you need to find guys that can be your leaders in the trenches, and Hamilton can certainly command the offensive line. He knows what's going on at all times. He's a vocal guy. He's a really likable guy. And, he kind of reminds me of Caden Strayhorn. He's not like Jake Winera in the sense that there's some guard flexibility. He's a longer, pretty good athlete. He's more of a compact, sturdy, strong guy. And that's kind of what Caden Strayhorn was last cycle. If you remember me talking about Caden Strayhorn, I would always mention Caden Strayhorn's a bully. He plays tackle at IMG Academy, which gives him some really good experience playing against high-level pass rushers. He's a smart, likable kid. So same thing with Adrian Hamilton, just checks a lot of the same boxes as Caden Strayhorn. I think it's hard to grade centers above a three-star. I think Jake Winera could have been an exception because we saw him as kind of maybe the number one center in the country. But I still think I think Hamilton is a really good late addition. I think he adds a lot of value to the room and continues to help build Michigan from a culture standpoint as well. I think Michigan did a really nice job down the stretch. You know, Virginia Tech, and they made a splash hire with James Franklin. There was no real pre-existing relationship there. Grant Newsome did a nice job of building a genuine bond with Adrian Hamilton. You know, they knocked it out of the park on the official visit. And like I said, the Tariq Boney connection helped as well. So overall, quality land fills a key need for Michigan. So yeah, for more on the Adrien Hamilton commitment, you can head over to the Wolverine.com. Like I said, take advantage of that flash sale, just $1 right now over at the Wolverine.com. And also like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we have breaking news like this.